Once upon a time, there was a king named Purushothaman. He had a wife named Devi. One day, when he was visiting his wife, he saw her with a sad expression in her face. Then king looked at her and with concern towards her, king says like this.
Why do you look so sad, my queen? To be honest with you, I am not in the mood to make you happy or to solve your concerns right now.
You always do not have time for me. You promised me a long time ago that you would take me to a very splendid vacation, but you still haven't.
You are right, my queen. But as of now, there are a lot of issues going on in our kingdom that I have to take care of it. I need to have a lot of meetings to discuss how to solve each and every problem.
Then why don't you spend the rest of your life with all your ministers and leaders? And you can enjoy solving all the problems. You do not need a wife anymore.
This is not my intention, my queen. It is just that I am very busy right now and I do not have the time to spend with you. I wish I could, but this is the problem that I am facing right now.
You have servants, you have butlers, and you have leaders that can do several things. Why are you taking all the responsibilities to yourself? You should always remember that making your wife happy is also one of your responsibilities.
After listening to what his wife said, king immediately moved closer towards his wife and tried to console her.
My golden flower is so angry at me, but even though you are angry, you are so beautiful. I don't know what I have done in my life to deserve a beautiful woman like yourself.
As both the king and queen were conversing, there was a noise behind them. It was guards who were standing there.
Welcome, Minister. Both the king and queen are inside the palace.
There are several issues that we need to solve today. Could you please go and tell the king that we need his time and his attention, as there are issues to discuss.
I am sorry, Minister. The queen is conversing with the king. She does not want anyone to disturb her. If we disturb her, we will be in trouble.
After hearing what they were talking, king immediately said this to queen.
My queen, it seems like you are very strict with our gods and servants.
It would be great if you respect me as much as they respect me.
As a husband, I do respect you very much, but I also have love and affection for you as well.
You talk very nicely to me, but you do not give me their attention that I deserve that they are. That is your second wife, your own minister. Go and talk to him.
Please do not insult him like that, my queen. The minister is a man of great value and respect.
I have no problem with that. It's better if you go and talk to him right now, or else I will break into our house and take you away from me. Just go and do what you have to do.
The king immediately leaves the queen's room and goes to talk to the ministers. As soon as the king sat on the throne, he said this to everybody who was sitting there.
I want to thank each one of you. May you know what is the issue that needs to be solved?
This man is Nandi. He is a businessman that lives by our kingdom. He took another farmer land without his permission. And when the other farmer asked him why he did that, he put a false case on him, claiming that he is the one who had stolen his land. He then proceeded to beat him viciously in front of his wife and his children. The man could not take the humiliation that he faced by his Nandi. So he jumped into a river and he killed himself. His wife and children were humiliated as well, and when they tried to kill themselves.
Is there any family members for this Nandi that are here in this palace today?
This man has a brother, but the brother had left the village and the kingdom a long time ago. Nandi, the businessman, lives all along in our kingdom by himself.
I wonder why you wanted to have so much money, wealth and land while you were all alone by yourself. It is not good to be a person that needs this much wealth. You have caused a person to die and you have brought his family to the streets. I want you to give back the land that you have taken away from him. I want half of your wealth and properties to go to his family, and I will also give you the death penalty for what you did, and everything that you have owned will be taken by the government. That is my final decision.
The entire court listened and accepted the decision.
Tell me what other problems are to be solved.
My king, the king of Gangapuram, has visited our land and he wants to meet with you.
Alright then, let us postpone all the problems that needs to be solved for tomorrow. Right now I have to go and meet the king.
The king immediately visited the king of Gangapuram and he spoke to him till evening in the meeting with him. This is how king would spend his days, where he could not afford to give time and attention to his own family because of his work pressure he is facing. The king should always sacrifice his life. One fine day, king had a meeting with all the market sellers. After the meeting, he started traveling back to his place in the cart. At that moment, king looked at the minister and said this.
For a long time, I have been confused as to how to manage the schedules of my life. Should I give enough time to the nation or should I give time to my wife? I don't know how to manage the time that I have in my life, how to get advice from people and how to meet people and manage and administer the events that are occurring in the nation. I have an idea. Let us give out an announcement that says, anybody that can cure my confusion, will be paid hefty with the reward. This will help me solve my problems.
Okay, my king.
The next day, several genius and saints and priests were invited to the place to solve the king's confusion. But none of them could actually answer the king appropriately and solve his problems. The king looked at them and asked them with the honesty.
How do I know what to do and how can I do it at the right time?
Listening to what the king said, one of the saints replied.
It is always good to refer to the horoscope before making any decisions.
After that, other saint replies to king.
That really depends on the job that you want to do, my king.
After that, third saint replied to king.
You would have to take your task and your jobs before and after doing what is convenient for you.
As the saints kept conversing, they started to say that king should be listening to the ministers. Some said that king should listen to Brahmins and saints, and king kept listening all these suggestions, but he did not realize which to pick.
What is the best morality?
After listening to king's question, one of the saints replied like this.
It is what the heart says which concludes what morality is.
The king did not understand what he said. After a while, all of them started saying things and did not make any sense to the king. Some said that he has to worship to God. He believes him to find morality. Some say that he has to find morality and humanity. King was not satisfied at all.
Minister, none of these men gave me the answer that I was looking for. In fact, they made me get confused and even more further. Please find an intelligent person that can solve all my confusions and questions.
My king, there is a priest that resides by the lake outside of our kingdom. When we went to ask him to visit you, he refused and declined. He might be able to solve your problem, but you must go to him, as he will not enter this palace. When you visit him, please make sure to wear a common man clothings. This is because he doesn't like to have royal kings and queens inside his ashramam. He only has normal, regular people allowed to enter in his place.
The king immediately changes his attire into a regular person attire. He then takes few of his servants and he travels towards the priest ashram. As soon as he reached there, he got out of his horse and he went inside his place. He then saw the priest working on his garden and he bowed down to him with respect. King then looked at the priest and king said like this to him.
Good afternoon, holy priest.
The priest looked at him and accepted his greetings, and he went back to watering his plants.
Holy priest, I have come from far away just to ask you 3 questions and I need to solve my confusion. The first question is I want to know when to do what work and how to do it with time management. The second question is whose advice should I listen to? And the third question is what type of morality is the best type of morality?
The priest looked at the king for a while and then he went back to work on his field. He did not answer a question that king asked and he kept quiet. Then king said this to priest like this.
Why don't you take some rest, my priest? I shall dig these holes for you.
The king took the shovel from the priest and he started digging in the garden. As he kept digging, he started finishing all the work in the garden. He then went back to talk to the priest. The priest did not reply to him. The priest tried to take the shovel away from him, but the king kept the shovel to himself and he started working on the field again. As the time went by, the king eventually finished all the works in the garden.
My priest, I thought that you are a person that could solve my problems and answer my questions. But since you do not know the answer to my questions, I think it is the best that I shall leave and carry on in my own way. I am sorry if I caused you any trouble. I shall leave now.
The priest looked at the king for a while. He then looked at the people behind the king waiting outside of his ashram.
First, let us see to the problem that is there outside of my ashram, and then we shall solve your problem as well.
After listening to what the priest said, the king looked outside of the ashram. At that time, he saw a man walking out of the forest into the ashram with blood on his shirt. He was covering it with hands and his blood was splattering all over the ground. As he kept getting closer to the priest, he faints and falls down. Then king and priest immediately carry the man and they started cleaning up his wounds. After the king cleaned up his wound and covered the blood, the man regained the consciousness.
Who are you? What are you doing here? And what is the reason that you have so much blood and this wound in your body?
So my name is Basava. Please give me something to drink. I am thirsty.
The king then goes and brings a cup of water to the man who was wounded. At that moment, it was already night. So the king was very tired. He then slept in the same hut that the priest was, along with the man who was wounded, as both the king and priest kept him there so that he could take rest. The next day morning, king woke up to see the man who was wounded yesterday night and slept there itself. Man got up, finds that king was staring at him. He understood that Maharaja got up. That man. He got down from the bed and said this.
My king, I would please request you to forgive me for the things that I have done.
Why should I forgive you if I don't even know who you are?
You might not know me, my king, but I know you. My brother's name is Nandi. He is the man that you had given the death penalty to. And you also took away all his wealth and properties. At that moment, I was not in the kingdom. As soon as I got to know the news, I was so enraged and frustrated. I wanted to kill you and take your life. As soon as I knew that you were going to visit this priest, I hid under a tree waiting for the opportunity to kill you. But I say I got closer to killing you. Your gods caught me and they assaulted me severely. That is how I got these wounds. And when I still escaped from them to come and kill you, you saved my life by healing my wounds and made me realize what a selfish man I was. From this day onwards, me and my children will never forget what you have done for me.
After listening to what the man said, king laughed and he said this to him.
I punished your brother for the crimes that he had committed. I did not punish him because I had nothing personal towards him, but because you came and apologized to me, I forgive you. There is no bigger punishment than realizing what your mistakes are and asking for forgiveness. You should take all the wealth that your brother possessed, and I hope you can live happily from today onwards.
After that, king walked out of his ashram. He saw the priest standing outside of the ashram, working on his field. Then king looked at him and said this.
My priest, you still haven't solved the answers to my questions yet.
Priest then looked at the king and said this to him.
You have already got the answers to your questions, but you just haven't realized it yet. When you met me yesterday, I did not answer a single question that you asked, but you did not leave. Because if you did leave, you would have been killed by the man that you just saved. Instead, you took my shovel and you started doing my work in the garden. You did that because you thought that it was the right thing to do so that you could get answers from me. The next day, when you saw the man who was wounded, you did the right thing by saving his life. In that way, you understood what was more important was to save his life than to get advice and answers from me. Therefore, you knew what was important at what time, which is why you dressed up as a normal person, even though you are a king. Now you have realized how to deal with things in life. You should always analyze things critically and act on them instinctively so that you can make a distinctive impression in your life. I hope I have answered all your questions. You will not be confused anymore, my king.
After listening to what the priest said, the king understood everything that he was looking for. He then said this.
Thank you so much, my priest. I will never forget the answers that you gave to my questions in my entire life.
Listen, my king. One of your biggest drawbacks in your mindset is that you try to take control of everything. It is good for a king to do his work as much as he can, but there are works that you can delegate to people that should be working for you. You can always supervise them and regulate them. If you get too much work and you pay no attention to your family, that might cause a lot of trouble and distraught to your mind. You should always pay attention to your family and your wife and your children. That is very important. It is just as important as your own kingdom. Therefore, keep this in mind, my king.
From that day onwards, king did not have any confusions about anything whatsoever. He was very confident in all the decisions he made, and also he started spending great time with his wife and his family. Queen was also very happy.
If you like this story, do like it, share it. For more news stories, please subscribe our New Stories Book English YouTube channel.